All right, so this is example 2. So we're going to do the same steps in order to find the answer for this question. So again, we're taking 3 steps. We're finding the slope, finding what point slope form is, and then converting that into slope intercept form. So again, step 1 is to find the slope. So we have our 2 points again. So we have -1 and 4. And we have 2 and 3. And just to change it up, this time I'll make this one 0.1 and this one 0.2. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So our formula again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to look for y2. Oops, I made a mistake right there. Sorry, y2. And my y2 is 4 minus y1 is 3 over x2 is -1 minus x1 is 2. Different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 3 gives me a +1 because the 4 is bigger. Same sign, so I'm going to add and keep. So 1 plus 2 gives me a 3. Since they're both negative, I'm going to have a negative. I can't simplify that any further, so my slope is going to be -1 over 3. From here, we're going to use our point slope form. So point slope form, and that is our y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Again, we can pick either point. I think last time we picked 0.1, so let's do one with a negative this time. So I am going to choose this one, so let's highlight that. So we have y equals parentheses and an x. Again, this never changes. Our slope, our y1 and x1 can change. So I look for my slope. My slope is -1 over 3. Our x is going to be -1. So when I put it into my formula, I have a +1 because I had x minus a -1. A negative and a negative give me a +1. All right, so again, because I have 2 negatives from this negative and the negative that the number 1 has, it ends up being positive. Our y is going to be -4. The negative comes from the equation, and then I plug in my 4. So that is step 2. Step 3 is to do our slope intercept form. So step 3 is our slope intercept form. All that means is that I'm going to take my slope, distribute that, and then move my 4 over. So I take my slope and I'm going to distribute. Nothing happens to this side, so I'm just going to bring that down. -1 over 3 times x is -1 over 3x. -1 times a +1 is still going to give me a negative. So I have -1 over 3 times 1 is still 1 over 3. I am going to move this -4 because I'm trying to get my slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. I need the y all by itself, so I need to move this 4 over. So instead of subtracting, we're going to add, which is the opposite. And again, like last time, I have a fraction with a whole number, so we're going to have to do some extra math over here. I have -1 over 3 plus a +4 over 1. We put it over 1 because it's a whole number. Since I have a 3 and a 1, we need it to be the same, so we're going to multiply this by 3, and whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So I get -1 over 3 plus 4 times 3 is 12. And 1 times 3 is 3. I have different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 12 minus 1 is 11 over 3. And because a 12 is bigger, it's going to end up being a positive. So this ends up being y, this becomes a 0, equals negative 1 over 3x. And it's going to be a positive, I'm going to bring this over, whoops, way over, 11 over 3. So then this ends up being our final answer. Let me bring this down just a tad bit so you guys can see that. All right?